According to a 2025 GWAS study from Purdue University, there's a group of genes in golden retrievers directly linked to separation anxiety behavior. This isn't just a training issue or because you spoiled your dog too much. The research shows about 20 to 30% of golden retrievers worldwide deal with this condition, and many start destroying things around the house just 7 minutes after their owner leaves. If you own a golden and you've ever come home to a shredded couch or neighbors complaining about barking all day, this video will explain what's actually going on, why this breed is more prone than others, and what you can start doing today. Your dog's stress affects you more than you think. Most people don't realize there's a two-way link between your cortisol level and your dog's. Cortisol is the stress hormone. When you're anxious, your cortisol goes up. A 2019 study from Linköping University in Sweden tracked 58 owner-dog pairs, measuring cortisol in hair samples from both over several months. The result? When the owner's cortisol went up, the dog's went up too. The two stayed synchronized over time. With golden retrievers, this effect appears stronger than in many other breeds because they tend to form very tight bonds with their owners. Goldens lean toward an anxious attachment style, meaning they constantly read your emotions and react to them. So what does that mean in real life? If you're frequently stressed from work or daily pressure, your golden may start the day with cortisol already higher than normal. Even before you leave the house, they're already on alert. When this builds up over days and weeks, it can lead to what researchers call physiological burnout. Burnout isn't just short-term fatigue. Researchers measure cortisol from dog hair, not blood, because hair records cortisol accumulated over months. And it shows that golden retrievers with chronic separation anxiety often develop unusually low cortisol after many months. That's a sign the stress system is exhausted, no longer responding the way it should, similar to what happens in humans with PTSD. In terms of long-term health effects, the American Veterinary Medical Association reports that chronic stress in dogs increases heart disease risk by about 15% and weakens the immune system. Around 75% of golden retriever owners report feeling more stressed themselves because of their dog's separation anxiety behavior. It becomes a loop. You're stressed, the dog is stressed, you get more stressed because of the dog, and the dog gets more stressed because of you. Breaking that loop isn't just about training your dog. You also need to pay attention to your own state at home. If you move around quickly all the time, speak in a tense, high voice, or react sharply to small situations, your golden is picking up on every one of those signals. Your calm behavior is part of the treatment. Why golden retrievers are more prone than other breeds. To understand why goldens struggle more with separation anxiety, you have to look at where this breed came from. In 1868, Lord Tweedmouth in Scotland bred them with a specific purpose: hunting ducks in complex terrain while working closely with their owner. Not hunting independently like beagles or greyhounds, working in a team constantly with humans nearby. That legacy is deeply built into their genetics and behavior. When you leave the house, a golden isn't just feeling sad. From a behavioral perspective, they feel like they've lost their teammate in an environment meant for teamwork. That's a major difference compared to breeds with strong independent instincts. A 2018 study by Van Roy tracking retriever breeds in Australia found separation-related behavior, or SRB, reaching 14 to 29% within this group. The average across the general dog population is significantly lower. The 2025 GWAS analysis identified specific gene loci, including IGSF11, linked to SRB in golden retrievers, meaning sensitivity to separation anxiety is partly encoded in this breed's genetics, not just shaped by environment. Specific risk factors you should know. First, origin. Dogs bought from pet stores or adopted from shelters have 2 to 3 times higher risk compared with dogs from reputable breeders, according to a 2013 study by Macmillan in the United States. Second, neuter status. Neutered male golden retrievers show about 6 times higher risk, according to findings from the Royal Veterinary College in the UK. Third, age. Dogs under 2 years old are more vulnerable, especially during major life transitions or environmental changes. Fourth, sex. Female Goldens show significantly lower rates than males. One environmental factor that rarely gets mentioned is punishment after you come home. Many owners walk into a damaged house and immediately scold the dog, but this can accidentally create a new stress loop. The dog begins associating your return with punishment, which increases anxiety the next time you leave. A newer factor, discussed in a 2026 Nature report, is habit changes after the COVID-19 pandemic. Many golden retrievers were raised while owners worked from home, getting used to constant human presence. When routines changed and owners returned to the office, this group of dogs showed significantly higher SRB onset compared with dogs raised before the pandemic. What your dog actually does when you're not home. This is the part many people are most curious about, and also the part that helps you spot the problem early. In reality, a dog's anxiety doesn't start when you close the door. It usually starts before that. Many golden retrievers are extremely sensitive to familiar signals like putting on shoes, grabbing keys, or putting on a jacket. Just seeing those things is enough for them to predict they'll soon be alone. Some start panting or pacing even before you've walked out the door. When left alone, anxious dogs often follow similar patterns. The first few minutes are usually the most intense. They may scratch doors, chew objects, tear things apart, or try to escape if they're confined. After that phase, many switch to barking, whining, or howling in waves. There may be short, quiet moments, then it starts again. If you're gone for a long time, some dogs stop making noise, but shift into a tired, heavy panting, withdrawn state. From the outside, it might look calm, but inside, they're still highly stressed. Meanwhile, dogs without this problem usually stay quite relaxed at home. They rest, lie down, or simply sleep. The difference is simple. One dog is mostly relaxed. The other goes through repeated cycles of stress. There's also a common misunderstanding. Many people recommend food-stuffed toys or puzzle toys to reduce anxiety. These can keep a dog busy for a short time, especially while food is still inside. But once the food is gone, many dogs return to the same anxious state, sometimes even more restless than before. So this is usually a temporary aid, not the main solution. Another very popular tip is picking up your keys without leaving, repeating it until the dog gets used to it. This works for some dogs, but not for all of them. Some dogs actually become more confused because they can't predict what's happening. Simply put, every dog reacts differently. That's why the more effective approach is gradual training, moving at the pace that fits your individual dog, rather than relying on a single trick and hoping it fixes everything. Separation anxiety in golden retrievers isn't something you can ignore and hope your dog will simply grow out of. Data from multiple independent studies across different countries shows that without intervention, the condition tends to build up over time, affecting the dog's health and indirectly your quality of life as well. But the good news is that it's a problem that can be solved with clear, science-based methods. One thing you can start doing today is placing a camera where your dog stays when alone and watching the first 30 minutes after you leave. Real footage from the camera will show you what stage your dog is in and where you should begin in the graduated exposure process. Golden retrievers were bred to work with humans. Once you understand that, you understand why they need to be taught how to be alone, not simply left alone and expected to figure it out.